All right, welcome everybody. This is testimonial time. So I am super excited that even though we're in the middle of a pandemic, there are some great things happening. And oftentimes when we're watching the media and we're watching the news, we watch it so much, right? We get discouraged because we don't see enough positive stories. They're not highlighting the positive, the good that's happening, especially with our youth. Our youth are our future. Right. And if we don't invest in them, we're saying that we don't care about our future. So I'm super excited that when I formed and started the CHAMPS program, I never thought that it would be other young men across the city to participate and join in. And yet we have an awesome testimony coming your way with none other than one of our CHAMPS young men who's a high school senior. He's getting ready to graduate. And I want to bring him on, and he's going to introduce himself, let you know what school he goes to, and then we're going to get into some major, I'm talking about major news that he's going to be sharing with everyone just to provide some hope, some inspiration, and motivation during this very tumultuous time in our lives. So without further ado, Jonathan Gweshe, come on in. Welcome, everybody. Bring him in. Welcome, man. How you feeling today?
I am all right. I'm blessed and I'm just doing great. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity.
Absolutely. So introduce yourself. Let everybody know what school you attend.
So my name is Jonathan Gweshe. I attend Kenwood Academy and this is my senior year.
Wow. And what a senior year. I mean, there's a lot going on right now. I'm sure a lot of people, as much as they said, man, we wanted to graduate early, probably missing being around some of our peers and some of our friends. So what is it like going through this pandemic right now for you?
It's something like we've never seen before. Like it's really crazy because me, myself, like as long as I get to the goal, I guess it doesn't completely. I mean, of course, it matters how you get there, but I feel like as long as you get there, like that's the part that matters. Because like no matter how you get there, you still got there regardless. So as long as I can reach that point, I think it as long as that accomplishment is still my accomplishment, I'm okay.
Wow, that's a good perspective to have. Like, right?
Yeah.
We going through this, but look, I'm on top. I'm on track. I'm meeting my goals. And guess what, guys? He has some amazing news that he's going to be sharing. But before he share that, I just kind of want him to talk a little bit about the CHAMPS program and his involvement with the CHAMPS program. What benefit have you gotten from the CHAMPS program? What's some of the things that you guys have done with the CHAMPS program?
So my introduction to the CHAMPS program was through my dad, actually. And like my experience so far has been really amazing. Like it's something that people love to talk about and like just love the thought of, just to like say that, yeah, we need to like groom our young men and we need to show them the right way to do things. And we need to have a space for them to succeed in the proper way. Like it's something that's talked about so much, but not necessarily, nothing is always put into place to where that's effective. And I think the CHAMPS program has done that to an amazing extent. Like it's really amazing to see other young men who look like me and who like may not have been through the same things I have, may not have grown up the same way I have. Like there's difference within the same community. Like, and I think that's a really beautiful thing to see. And especially to be able to connect with people who look like me and have those different connections, people who are interested in different things, people who can connect and bring those things that they have differences in together and make one big thing. And then that's like what the world gets to see after the fact. And it just makes it like so much greater for everybody. So I think that's a really amazing thing.
Man, I love how you articulated that so well for people to understand, because looking from the outside in, you could think that all Chicagoans are gangs, guns, violence. Yeah. And we have to be very, very careful with listening to these narratives that are counter who we are. And right. And like having young men like yourself and your younger brother and your dad who's heavily involved, you know, and say, hey, look, let's take a different look at the positive that we're doing, in our city. But man, we got some good news we got to share with everybody. Right? So, the other day I was sharing with everyone the testimonial from his father, who we respect, Colin. He was kind of sharing on the back end, like, yeah, by the way, my son Jonathan has this amazing news. And so instead of me sharing the news, I actually want you to share the news. What happened recently?
So recently, I received my financial aid package from my number one school, which is North Park University, and tuition a year is $40,000. They gave me 30 out of the 40, and practically, what the case is that the 30 that they're giving me really covers tuition and everything else. The extra 10 is only for rooming and board. So technically, if I didn't do like rooming and board, I'd be going to school for free. But of course, you want the experience and everything. So we're going to go ahead and do that. But just to know that I was able to like attain so much, and the crazy thing is, they have to cap you off at like your tuition. So on a technicality, I got more, but they had to stop me because it's like, okay, all right, you're getting too hot. But it's just really great to know that like what you want to do, you can do because of the work you put in. So I that's really great, and it makes me feel so excited. Yeah.
Man, congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely groundbreaking, record-breaking, amazing news, something that someone is going to watch or see or listen to and say, maybe me. I say, why not you, right? Yeah. There's nothing that hard work, right? Dedication, commitment won't do for you. You can go into any space, any room. It doesn't matter what background you're from, if you're Black, if you're white, if you're rich, if you're poor. I think the level playing field is when we work hard, we're committed to reaching our goals. And you saw through this testimony what Jonathan is able to accomplish. And so, man, congratulations. Do you know what you're majoring in?
Thank you so much. I do. So what I want to major in is music education. Nice. That's been a really big thing of mine. I really wanted to do that for like the longest time now. So that's what I'm going to do.
Well, that's what you will do. And we are super excited to follow you and support you when you start winning Grammy Awards and all of those types of things, and music awards, and you're changing the world. You're already doing it now. And you have a solid support system at home. And then, of course, with the CHAMPS program and other various, programs and clubs that you're involved with. And so continue, man, to do a great job. Continue leading us. And again, we're so proud. Congratulations, Jonathan.
You too. One thing, though, and I really want to say this specifically because I know some people need to hear this. The really interesting thing about this is, one thing about me is like I'm a type of go with the flow type person. So whatever happens, and like you try to make the best of what happened. So something interesting, like especially like starting from high school, like when I was graduating 8th grade, I didn't necessarily like everybody in the 8th grade class was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Whitney Young and I'm gonna go to De La Salle. I'm gonna like it was that type of thing. And I was just like, well, I mean, those sound cool. So I guess that's what I never in any years would I have thought I ended up at Kenwood. And honestly, I think Kenwood was the best place for me to end up. And I appreciate the relationship I have with my parents and their relationship with God and my relationship with God, because it makes the difference. It really does make the difference. And through like different relationships throughout like me meeting teachers and friends, like those things help, like they really do help. And that's actually how I pretty much like came into contact with Kenwood, because my 8th grade teacher had a son who went to Kenwood. And she recommended it because everyone knows I'm into music and I love music. And like my original thought was that I would just go to CHA.M.P.S because that's where all the music geeks were going. So it just made the most sense. So what happens is I missed the audition. So now it's like, what am I going to do now? So now this is introduced to me, and it's like, I mean, you got to do something. You can't just not go to high school. So I end up doing that, and I end up getting in by God's grace. So now I'm in this facility, and it's literally probably the best school experience I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
And I really thank God that he allowed me to be able to do that, because it's almost like the same thing with college too. Like throughout every, like, North Park has been something I've been like connected to through my grammar school. Like, honestly, I thank God for my grammar school, because a lot of stuff I've encountered has been through the, like, people. I don't think people understand how much of a blessing you can receive through other people.
That's right.
Your blessings don't have to directly be because you did something, or because, like, no, like, a lot of things happen because of the people you're connected to. And I think that means so much, because, like, we hear people say, like, watch who you're connected to, like, keep your circle, like, close, like, keep a tight knitted circle. And it really matters, because those are the things that get you through. Like, we all know you can't get through things by yourself. You cannot. I really, I feel sorry for you if you think you can, because you cannot. Like, it's so important to have those relationships with people, and especially God, because he's the one that will show you what relationships to keep, and what ones that may work right now, but you may need to get rid of them later.
Wow.
But I'm saying this to say, like, even with North Park, like, I always thought, because I've been, like, connected with them so much, I'm like, this is a really great, and I know they have an amazing music program. So it's like, this is a really great school. I should do this. So, like, that was a thing, but never did I think, like, what did tuition cost? Like, what I never thought about the important thing. So, like, when I was thinking about it, and I was talking to my parents about it, like, we started looking into it, and then we saw that tuition price, and it was like, okay, all right, okay. Then we think about it, we just go through, because, everybody tells you to apply everywhere you can.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool, but, just personal theory, like, I don't see me applying to places I'm probably not going to go to. But that's just me. I'm not telling you to do that, okay? But yeah, so it's like that type of thing. So it's just like, it's so much money, but it's what you want to do. And like I was saying, like, your relationship with other people and your relationship with God is so important, because honestly, without those things, I'm sure I'd get it. I still get into North Park, but I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. Like, it's so important. Like, relationship is so important. So, like, the ones you have that are helpful, and, like, I don't, you should never take those for granted, because it can do so much for you. Like, don't feel so, I don't want to say entitled, but don't feel so, um, insert word there, to, like, feel that you have to do this by yourself, because you don't. And I know a lot of, especially because, like, people grow up this way or that way. It's like, I had to do but it does not have to be that way throughout your entire life.
Right.
There are people here to help you. There are people placed in your path to help you. But it's for you to decide, like, to take the help. Like, it is not, and this is especially for my God. Like, it doesn't break down, or for some people it breaks down your ego to accept help. But, like, your ego is probably going to take a little bit more of a hit when you try to do it yourself and fail miserably.
Absolutely.
Like, just be okay with the help. It is not the end of the world to accept help. But like I appreciate everyone who has helped me thus far, like to get to where I am. Like I appreciate you, Mr. Singleton, for everything you're doing, especially in the community. I appreciate my parents. Like it's just so it's so great to be able to be around people who want to see you win. Like it's just an amazing feeling, and I thank you for that. But that's just
Hey,
my
man,
feel. My
we're gonna
spiel.
have you on the podcast, and we just gonna let you loose, man. You know, you got it, and
Yeah.
you know, again, you know, I don't want people to miss the importance of what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
That like that support system and that network. They often say your network determines your net worth.
Absolutely.
So you're saying, yeah, you could have got to North Park, but you probably wouldn't be in this position scholarship wise at North Park without that foundation. So, man, thank you so much. And we're going to have you on the podcast, but we definitely going to get this out so folks can hear and see there's some good going on in our world, and it's happening through our generation of youth. And this is why I believe in supporting the next generation. I believe it's vitally important. I believe it's the greatest investment known to man and our youth. What we pour into the next generation and how we support the next generation and how we speak into the next generation. Because in turn, they want to care for us, look after us in the long run. So we better go ahead and get a head start and let them lead, let them conversate, let them interact, and provide, you know, opportunities of safe spaces, which I believe the CHAMPS program stands for and what we've done. And so thank you once again, because you are born to win in every situation in life. And as we say, we champs and we all in. All right.
Oh, yeah.